Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video is a very quick run through of all the equipment I use to create my YouTube videos. So I'm going to start the equipment I use with the camera, probably the most important thing. I either use my iPhone like I'm doing now to record, or I use this camera, and it's a Canon G7x. And it's one that is popular with the vloggers on YouTube because it's got this flip up screen. So you can flip the screen up, and let me just turn it on. You can flip the screen up and it will show you without you getting really low down if you want to have it like that. Or you can do it so you are in shot. And you hold it like that so that when you vlog you can see yourself and make sure that you're in frame. It's a very compact camera. I mean, I'm not going to go into technical details about it because quite frankly I can't. I got this camera because I saw all the kind of original YouTubers were using it as their vlogging camera, and I thought, well, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. And I've had this a few years now, and when I accidentally broke it, these shutters were accidentally broken, I sent it off to Canon and they repaired it within a few weeks, and it was a really good service, so I can't complain about it. I think it's a really good camera and it suited me very well. Okay, I've come off my iPhone now and I'm on my Canon G7x to record this. There is absolutely nothing wrong with using your iPhone, especially if you've got one of the more recent iPhones to record your videos for YouTube. They're perfectly adequate, and sometimes I even find they are better. What I do find, however, is that the sound isn't as loud on an iPhone recording than it is on my Canon when I'm coming to the editing of it. But other than that, it's absolutely fine. It takes quite a clear, crisp video. Now, bear in mind, I'm not a technical person. I get very overwhelmed with all the different technical aspects of photography and creating videos. So I'm just telling you what I use and what I find works. On this table, I've got a selection of things that I use to create my videos, and what I should perhaps first mention is the table itself. I really like it as a backdrop for my Instagram photography, and I thought to create a kind of seamless look between my Instagram and my YouTube, I'd also use it for my YouTube photography as well. It's from Etsy, it's made from reclaimed scaffolding planks, and it's made in the UK. If you're interested, I will put the link below. You can get smaller versions as well. But I do like the fact that I have a dedicated table to do my YouTube stuff or my Instagram stuff, and I don't have to clear my desk every time. It just makes things a little bit easier. On my desk I have, and obviously I'm now holding my camera by hand. Normally if I'm doing a top-down video on YouTube, I will have the camera on this tripod with the arm extension. So I've just got them here to show you. This is a kind of cheap and cheerful tripod. It's a Velbon EX440. I will link it and put it below. It does exactly what I need it to do. It supports my camera. It's perfect for in my office. And then here, this is a lot heavier. This is the extension arm that comes out on the top of the tripod if I'm doing an overhead top down on the desk shot. And I will set it all up and I'll show you how it all fixes together. But this is a Manfrotto arm, and it has the clamp at this end which slots into the top of the tripod, and like I say, I'll show you that in a moment. And the other two things I use as tripods are these, and again, these are both Manfrotto. I think I'm pronouncing that right. This one is a small tripod, and you basically fix your camera on the top like so. If you want to do, say, a time lapse outside, it's so much better than holding the camera in your hand. Or I use these, for example, if I'm recording the chickens and the ducks and I want to be low onto the floor. Or you use it and you put your camera on the top of it and you hold your camera with the tripod rather than holding the camera in your hand. This one is a slightly bigger tripod and you can extend or decrease the legs, but the reason why I bought this one was because it enabled me to, can you see the top? So I could put my camera like that, so I could do top-down videos with it that I could use for, say, IGTV or something like that. They're not something I use every day, and I don't always use this as a kind of stick to hold my camera either, but they are really useful. But these are not imperative. So if your budget does not allow, do not worry about things like that. However, if you do want to do top-down videos, it is worth investing in a tripod and an arm, and I'm now going to set them up for you so you can see what they look like in use. Okay, so this is the tripod all set up. It can be a little bit higher than this by about a foot. I haven't extended the legs down here just for the purposes of this. And this is where you put your camera via this little gadget, and you essentially screw this into the bottom of your camera. It's got a name, but I don't know what it is. And then you set your camera up. So I will transfer to my iPhone now to show you what this looks like. Okay, so this is the camera on the top of the tripod, like so. And you essentially just clip it in using this here. Out it comes and in it goes. Fasten it tightly, and then you can record yourself by flipping up the screen. And if I'm sat down, for example, I will be looking into the camera frame there, and I can see where I am in the frame, what my face is doing at the time, and that sort of thing. So it's a really useful piece of equipment. But you can also put the arm extender on and record over the desk. So I'll show you how that's set up now. To use the arm extender, so we've got our camera, we've got that little, I wish I knew what that was called, but we've got that and we've got the arm. And now I'm going to assemble it and show you how it all goes together and reaches over the desk. So the camera goes on to this end and it screws in just there. There you go, I've screwed the camera on, so that's nice and tight. And you always have to remember as well to make sure the little hand strap is kept out of the way when you're filming. And then this bit goes at this end. I've turned it upside down. So the camera's there, then your arm, then this bit goes in there. That bit's on the end, and as before, when that was on the camera and I just fitted it into the top here of the tripod, you do exactly the same with the arm. Now this is the heavy end of the arm, but do just be careful when you're putting this on. You don't want your camera, you need to make sure this is secure on here, as you don't want your camera smashing down. So there you go, that's where it fits. There it is, nice and safe, and you can see here's the camera, and I took that out of the way. And this is how I do my over the desk shots. So what I do is just turn this a little bit, because at the moment I've got this bit closest to the desk. So now I've changed it so the tripod can get closer to the desk and it reaches out over the desk. What you can do as well, you can adjust it here to make it slightly higher, because when the weight of the camera's on it, it does make it drop forward a little bit. So just make sure you've got the right angle. So for example, I will record me planning my month in advance. if I have the tripod quite low without that bottom set all the way extended, then it means you can see the detail in my book. Also, I am sat here in my chair, and if I have the screen like that, I don't have to peer over the top. I can see exactly what is there. What I've done now is just made the tripod to its fullest height in terms of its legs, although it will get a little bit higher. And you can see here, this is, if you've seen any of my other videos, this is the kind of setup I do for my top-down videos, and that's how I do it. So you've got the camera, you've got the arm, you've got the tripod, and here on the tripod you can actually make it that little bit taller by raising its neck. The other thing to point out is that you can also, with a little adapter, a little widget, you can put your iPhone up there as well and record like so. I think this is really effective for time lapses. By doing it this way, you do not have to show your face to be effective on YouTube. If you're showing your art, if you're showing your writing, if you're showing your journals or anything, or knitting, whatever it is, if you have a tabletop and a tripod with an arm extender and a camera of some sort, you can create a YouTube channel. You don't have to show your face. Thank you so much for watching my video. This was a very quick and kind of rough and ready demonstration of the equipment I use in order to make my YouTube videos. I hope you found it useful. I've also written a related blog post that talks more about the equipment I use to make videos for YouTube. This includes where I get my inspiration from for B-roll footage, it includes the editing software that I use, and it includes where I get my music from to add that extra layer, that extra dimension to my films. I will link the blog post below. If you have any questions, do leave them below, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.